The news, a hunting strategy often used in Kansas, a hot topic for state wildlife officials.
It's called baiting. The Department of Wildlife and Parks could soon recommend changes to regulations on baiting, impacting game like deer and turkey.
KSN's Zena Taher explains, while some say baiting can harm wildlife and the environment, others, Zena, believe it is a benefit.
Jeff, the Department of Wildlife and Parks defines baiting as putting out food for the purpose of feeding game, even if the intention isn't to hunt the animals while they feed. The KDWP hosted a forum on the topic in Manhattan tonight, the first of 3 as the agency considers changing its baiting regulations. The KDWP says baiting often leads to large gatherings of animals, which research says can spread disease.
In the case of a feeder, we have saliva accumulating in the environment or saliva accumulating on a feeder.
K-State Research and Extension wildlife specialist Drew Ricketts says the high concentration of animals and the exposure to each other's saliva help spread disease.
There's much more data available to support feeding, supplemental feeding of deer to increase herd health.
Shibley says supplemental feeding is good for game animals because it keeps them well fed. It also helps outfitters and hunting guides.
It makes their hunts more accessible and enjoyable for the people that pay money to go on deer hunts.
The KDWP says its informational forums will give them a chance to share data on the dangers of baiting and hear feedback before they take any steps to change regulations.
Public input is paramount to the process for any potential regulatory changes.
Baiting is already banned on public lands in Kansas, but private lands are still fair game. If the KDWP decides to propose a new baiting regulation, it wouldn't be introduced until 2024 at the earliest. Any changes to current policy would likely take more than a year. Here for you, Zena Taher, KSN News 3.